Online lessons are tiring. They are tiring, and I'm sure you all know that, but be as engaged as possible. Sit up in a chair, don't lie down, don't prop up a pillow or anything, just up and running. Hi, everyone. My name is Tiara, and I was an AFLSP 2020 cohort. I can say that really quickly. AFLSP, I learned it. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the really interesting things that I experienced with Xian. So first I want to talk about my AFLSP. Which consisted of several kind of seminars that we had to do. For the AFLSP, really interestingly, it's university led, so Waseda will actually, or wherever you're from, give you guys some information about the seminars and the professors that you're talking to, and it's based on super interesting topics and lessons, something that I've never done. For example, digitalization, supply chain links. Of course, if you've done that, right? But I had never done that before, so it was really interesting seeing the different kind of topics that were available to me through AFLSP. And I thought what was very interesting for me is that the professors came from outside of my university normally. And my advice in this case is to ask tons of questions because, you know, you might not get an opportunity to do so again. But one thing I really loved about it was quite accommodating. So you could ask tons of questions and really, really interesting topics. And one thing that I noticed is that it kind of encourages you to question how you thought initially. You know, you had a certain perception of a certain country or a certain people, and it kind of changes the way that you would think about these people or this culture. So I thought that it was really interesting, the seminars and topics, because it really had a lot to do with cultural and globalization and your upbringing too, which is cool. Which takes me to the summer program. This is a tiny, tiny little snippet. But I just wanted to show you how pretty everything is with the Xian team really doing the most, honestly. My greatest kind of takeaways from the summer program is actually quite a bit, but I'm going to stop myself from rambling on too much about how much I loved it. But this was my group. Kaleidoscope was really fun. I'm making that with them. But one thing that I kind of initially realized immediately was you're only as good as your team, or you're only as good as the people around you and how you lift each other up, really. So if you don't put your utmost energy into the summer program or the AFLSP, it really isn't going to do that well for you. You know, you have to put in the energy, and in doing that, you have to lift other people up. I think that's probably the most important thing that I learned from it. Another thing that was crazy was vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a weapon. And actually looking into yourself is more important than you think it is. And if you have any doubts about yourself, any insecurities, throw them all away. They're not important. Use it to your advantage, and always try and just try to do your best. One thing that was really interesting about the summer program is how many career chats we had. And I think everybody can agree with me when I say that we don't know what we're doing here as university students. So your career goals should be kind of based on your passions, and they should be based on your dreams. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to, you know, and when looking at the alumni, they had things in their community that they wanted to fix, right? That they wanted to improve. And I think that's something that's really, really important. Like for me, for example, I'm like auditioning for something that's kind of crazy, but it's to improve the arts industry here in Indonesia. So that came from the summer program because I realized that, yeah, political science is cool and everything, but I wanted to do more with myself. So, and the last thing is, in any part of life, just be who you are. Be exactly who you are, and people love you or hate you. It is their choice, and it is better for you if you just be yourself. Tiny little bit of advice for you. You get out what you put in, okay? So that means show up on time, attend everything, try everything, do everything. If there's any voluntary things, join them. You guys, it is a year and a half into this pandemic. Zoom skills are necessary, okay? I don't want to hear audio troubles, no, nothing. The only thing that I will accept is, you know, internet problems. That depends on where you are. But you need to know how to do this. Okay? Everything's online. Summer program 2 months ago was all fully online. Everybody needed to know every skill. Another thing, guest speakers, all of these amazing, wonderful, mental health professionals, psychologists coming in. These people are giving their time and energy, so please do your best to listen and ask tons of questions. They love that. Another thing, people experience they have different cultural upbringings. So be as open and as welcoming and as nice as you can to everyone. And that is me. Thank you so much for listening to me.